If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 65 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with an away game against Bristol City. Not the most difficult of fixtures you might have thought, considering they were recently just a championship side. And of course, I think they came up with us, in fact, last year, winning the playoffs. I'm not entirely too sure, I might be mistaken there. But they're playing J. Manuel Thomas and Kieran Agard up top in a 5-3-2. So they're going quite defensive, which is kind of testament to the way that we've been playing so far this year. Because of course we've actually started the season very well indeed. All of the new additions that we've brought into the club, especially Casada, the young striker, who, as you can see, starts again alongside Kwesi Appiah up top, have really improved our squad. Obviously, Salah Solomon's in there as well, and O'Halloran on the left-hand side of midfield. And obviously, the players that we have already have started to grow as well. So we're actually quite a half-decent championship side right now, thanks to all of the additions we made at the beginning of this season. Because as we came up from League One into the Champo, we really weren't good enough, as far as I'm concerned, to start being competitive in this league. But we've brought in, oh, I don't know, 7, 8 players maybe, and we've moved on about the same amount as well, because of course we needed to free up some extra cash to be able to bring in those new players. But it's an old player, or not an old player, because Kwesi's still quite young, but one of the old guard, one of the players that have been here since the start, Kwesi Appiah, that gets the header in off the post. That's actually a very good header, considering that's not really one of his best traits, his heading. He's obviously got great dribbling feet and very fast, but I've never really scored too many headers with him. It's always been Tom Elliott on the end of those sort of crosses, putting the ball in himself with a head. But we had to head away from danger this time around as Bristol City are on the attack. Get it out to Kane though on the far side. Nice ball in and rather into Kieran Agard. I'm not really too sure how he's got that much power on it while sliding in like that, but it's a top finish, and Kieran Agard, the Jamaican, makes it Bristol City 1, Cambridge 1, as we headed further towards half-time. Still not quite there, though, and we'll try and get ourselves back in front if we can. Nice little back heel by Donaldson into Riku Ring. Lovely feat by Jenkins Chikoe to get away from the defender, and so unlucky, the youngster, to hit the outside of the post and have the ball deflect away. So into the second half we go. Our future star isn't quite able to get us back in front, and it's actually Bristol City that are on the attack now. So you can see 15 minutes from time, J. Manuel Thomas into Freeman, across to a man whose name I won't try and pronounce, but he hit the side netting. A real good chance for them at the far side, and someone got booked in the background as well. So we're trying to get ourselves in front if we can. Casado though gets crunched there, and they're going to come at us yet again. Luke Ayling this time, but Salah Solomon gets in between him and the ball. Casado then sets it through to Kwesi Appiah, a key counter-attack. We've been doing that a lot this season, utilising the pace of Kwesi and Casado up top, and that makes it 2-1 with 5 minutes to go, and that was how the game was going to finish. So a brace for our current top scorer, Kwesi Appiah, gives us a 2-1 win away from home against Bristol City at Aston Gate. Not necessarily a result we deserved, considering how well Bristol City played, and we've had that quite a lot so far this season. We've been getting wins where we didn't really deserve anything more than a singular point, but the longer that continues, the better our season will be in the long run. As you can see though, made a little bit of a change for this one, and actually James Wilson starts up top alongside Kwesi rather than Casada, because he had a bit of a quiet game against Bristol City, so I thought I'd give James Wilson a go, considering he's now back from injury and back trying to get himself amongst the score sheet as well. Jenkins Chikoe, of course, starting as always on the right hand side, although his player model really doesn't resemble someone that's 18 years old. He looks like he's in his late 20s with all of that stubble. But Ipswich playing a 4-3-3, a very attacking 4-3-3 as well, with 2 CMs, a cam, 2, I guess, left forward, right forwards. It may even be a 4-3-2-1 if it's a little bit too narrow for a 4-3-3. But Ryan Donaldson is trying to get us off to a good start. Jenkins Chikoe turns inside, the 18-year-old going on 28-year-old, but draws a good save out of the goalkeeper, and we stay at 0-0 in the opening few stages. Then Paul Anderson gets himself booked 10 minutes into the game. Not the best of times to pick up a yellow card, not the best places to give away a free kick, but perfect free kick from Jenkins Chikoe. The future star is doing the business right now. He's valued at just over £2.5 million, I believe, and of course still growing quite well as also. He's 75 rated now, and of course will continue to grow up towards the low 80s and perhaps even the mid to high 80s by the time we end the series at the end of FIFA 15. Who knows? Because he's actually not growing as much as I was hoping he was going to, but as we play at a higher level and he plays against players of
higher ability, he will obviously start to grow at a quicker rate. So fingers crossed that will start to happen over the next season or so, and we can really start to see the benefits of his growth. Although he already has 85 short passing, so he's a very, very good player. We had to rely on the Swansea wow, I struggled to say that, didn't I? Had to rely on the Swansea lone goalkeeper there to punch clear Zabre as they tried to get themselves back in it here at Ipswich. We stay at 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, working the ball about nicely, and again, we definitely weren't the better side here. Ipswich are coming at me, and Vasili's going to get it out, or rather inadvertently get it out to Hewitt, and really should be doing better there. The striker beats the goalkeeper to it. Keeps was in no man's land, and he has to get that on target. If he does, it's 1-1, and they're definitely getting themselves at least a point, but they're still on the attack here. McCormick whips it in. Hewitt's at the back post, drops it to Hyam. Great save by Zabre, well defended. Second good save by Zabre, and again, this time we hoof it clear. Time for a counter-attack. James Wilson, nice turn into Kwesi Appiah. Nobody tracks James Wilson's run, and he's able to break free beyond the back line here. But the finish is left wanting. That was a terrible finish from James Wilson. He just kind of snatched at it, didn't get much power behind it, and it just kind of trickled past that far post. But we are able to get another win. And again, we didn't deserve anything from that game, let alone a point, let alone 3. And we get 2 victories from games that we really probably should have only come away with a singular point from. But I will take it. We come back to see that Josh Coulson would like to have an increase in his wage. And actually, because I haven't been able to offer him one, because I only have £200 left in my wage budget, and he wants an extra £700 a week, the board have actually put him on the transfer list because I haven't been able to actively give him the contract he wants, but I can't explain to him why I haven't given him the contract he wants, because you don't have the function to do that, and that was part of the hashtag Change Career Mode movement. We have mentioned that to EA, and so as you saw there, I'm asking the board for a little bit of money to maybe perhaps move it all into the transfer budget so that I can offer Josh Coulson a wage, get him off the transfer list, and maybe even free up some money for the January transfer window. But right now, we're travelling for the third and final game of the episode. It's another away game. It's Fulham this time. They're playing a more conventional 4-1-2-1-2 with Ross McCormack and Taggart up top, and of course Bettinelli in goal, who's a decent goalkeeper. I don't know too much about him, but having seen a few highlights on the Football League show so far this year, I do think he's an okay goalkeeper. And Quesada is back into the first team alongside Kwesi again. I decided to drop James Wilson after he put in a poor performance against Ipswich. So Quesada gets his first team spot back. Question was, is he going to take advantage of it? Fulham are on the attack in the opening few stages. As you can see, 15 minutes in, Ross McCormack out to Kavanagh. He's going to work it inside to Eisfeld. They played the ball about really nicely here. Ryan Tunnicliffe into Ross McCormack again. Gorgeous ball over the top to Taggart. Defender misses the header, and that is an emphatic finish. Really composed finish, actually, considering the ball was dropping over the top of the defender's head. To actually time it that well, keep your eye on the ball despite the distraction of the defender jumping in front of you, and then hit it that sweetly on the volley and get it that accurately into the top corner. That's actually one of the best goals we've seen scored against us this season. Lovely ball across, and then bang, top finish. And we're 1-0 down. But half an hour in, we're going to try and get ourselves back in if we can. O'Halloran is trying to bully their right back about. Not really too sure why Christensen didn't pass that ball off, because he gave it straight away. Quesada, lovely turn here to get inside the man. About 25 yards out, cracking finish. Anything they can do, we can do just as well, if not better. Quesada back in the starting lineup after disappointing against Bristol City, losing his place against Ipswich. Really gives me the middle finger to say, look, I should have been playing all along. What a finish, crashing down off the bar. And easily, as you can see there, over the line. You'll see it even better from this angle. Definitely across the line, back out, over the line, back out into the field of play. But it crossed the line. It's a goal. It's 1-1. Bettinelli, nothing he could do about that. Just stands and watches. Great cracking finish from Quesada. Really pleased with that. He's actually been a lot better this year than I expected him to be. I was planning on playing Tom Elliott or James Wilson more often than not. I gave Quesada a crack of the whip in a game a couple of episodes ago, and he just seems to take, just seems to get better and better. He's taking all of his opportunities. 2 goals in 3 minutes from Quesada gives us a 2-1 lead just over the half-hour mark, let alone being 1-0 down. That cracker, and then great feet again to turn inside the defender, and a tidy, slotted, left-footed finish makes it 2-1 as we head into the second half. Christensen, though, breaking down the left-hand side. He eventually is going to to work the ball back to Kavanagh, who will then whip the cross in, and that's a top header from Ross McCormack. All of the goals so far in this game, as we head 10 minutes into the second half at 2-2, have actually been of a fantastically high quality. It's definitely a sign of how good a level of football is being played here in the Championship in this third season. Every single goal that we've seen, or almost every single goal that we've seen in today's episode, has been of decent quality. There haven't really been any rebounds that have been, kind of scrappily tucked over the line or toe-poked over the line. But that is a top header from Ross McCormack, placing it away from the goalkeeper. Tries his best to get there, Zabre, but it's just too far away. So 2-2 we're at. Brian Ruiz comes off the bench for them, as you can see, on for Perkins. I brought on Senarelli for Michael Woods, and he's actually going to have the first chance of first chance post him coming onto the pitch. But it's a decent, comfortable save for Senarelli. But Chico, he scored a great free kick earlier on in the episode. This time, though, he's laying it off for Donaldson, but it's a good strike, but not on target. So unfortunately, we stayed at 2-2. And then with 10 minutes to go, they took the ball to the corner, which is the most ridiculous thing. And this particular animation of the player defending the ball is so overpowered on FIFA this year that I struggled so hard to get the ball back. You saw how time was just disappearing there. So unfortunately, nobody really had a chance to get anything else from the game. But it just baffles me. It's 2-2. Oh, I will actually quickly point out this. As you can see, the board have said, we have received your request, but at this moment we don't feel that we've seen enough of you at this club to make a decision on the matter. Which is retarded, because we've been here for over 2 seasons, but because it's at the beginning of a season, the board or the game has just decided that I've only been here since the start of this season, and they haven't seen enough of me to give me some extra money. So again, another fault with the career mode engine, and hopefully that will be fixed next year if they can actually sort their lives out over at EA and take some advice from our #ChangeCareerMode list. Then maybe things like that will actually be sorted. But I will ask for money again as we head towards the January transfer window. Maybe I'll do it in December rather than October. And maybe, just maybe, they'll have seen enough of me this season to warrant giving me some extra money. But right now, it doesn't look like we need any extra money. We're top of the table in the Championship, 4 points clear of Norwich, 5 points clear of QPR, and a full 9 points inside the playoffs. So we need to keep that up. Obviously, we're about just under a quarter of the way through the season. So we're 46 games to be played, 11 down, 35 to go. Can we stay where we are in the table? That's the question. Let me know in the comment section where you think we'll finish now that we've started this season this strongly. And of course, drop the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you might have missed over the past few days. There's plenty of stuff going up on the channel, obviously. 3 videos every single day. 2 FIFA, 1 Football Manager. And I will be streaming more Football Manager later on tonight as well. So definitely check the links in the description to my Twitch channel and to my Twitter so you know exactly what's going on. But for now, that will bring today's videos to a close. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.